Hello and welcome to Music on Air. I'm your host Kieran Glavin, and today we're with the band Cryptic Culture. So, each one of you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Caleb and I'm the bassist.
I'm Sean and I'm the lead vocalist and guitarist.
I'm Ali and I'm the drummer.
And I am Dylan and I'm the lead guitarist.
About yourself, guys. So, how did you all meet? Like, how did that come about?
Well, this is going to be a all over the shop one. Caleb joined about
A week ago.
through Ali. Go
Aye.
explain.
I knew Caleb from college because he goes to my college and I've seen him play live and like his college bands and stuff. And we were playing without a bassist before, so we kind of thought that we maybe needed a bassist to complete the band.
Had you
So-
lost a bassist, or did you just not
No,
had a
we
bassist
never
up until
had
this
a
point?
bassist. We played with three guitars, and no bassist.
Oh,
But we kind of came round to the fact that we needed something in the sort of lower end.
yeah.
So we asked Caleb to come along for like an audition, but he came and played the songs and stuff like that. So
You guys, apart from Caleb, obviously, have you known each other very long, or has it been?
Well, the band started with Absentee. It was me and Jordan that kind of started the band, and Dylan's Jordan's cousin, and that's how Dylan kind of got involved, because me and Jordan always wanted to start the music thing. And then eventually we got Dylan in because we knew he could play guitar, and we originally had another drummer who left, and Dylan knew Ali through college,
yeah.
so you got him in. I'd say properly when you could say we officially started as a band when people would stop leaving and stuff, because we hadn't played gigs or anything, we just kind of played together and jammed and stuff. I'd say since about April 2017.
Fair enough, man. So, what was it that started you in the music industry? When did you first think that I want to be a musician? What was?
Mainly when I was younger, I would go to my nan and grandpa's at the weekend, and my uncle, who was staying with them at the time, would blast his guitar in his room with like all those like really heavy tunes, and it sounded like really incredible playing. It really inspired me, and then he actually went on to be in a band himself called the Merchants. They're unfortunately disbanded now, but he was a really big influence in wanting me to start playing guitar and taking it seriously. And then I started getting into heavier music, and I'd cite Avenged Sevenfold as like the band that really made me want to play lead guitar and to aspire to reach that level of playing.
Nice, man, nice.
Well, before I started playing drums, I played saxophone. Started learning that in like primary school.
Right, cool.
I just did it as a bit of fun, like kind of hobby. It was quite enjoyable. And then in high school, I entered a competition called Young Musician of the Year, in second year, and I ended up winning it. And that was the kind of turning point. I was like, oh, I'm actually quite good at this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I never thought I was. So I was like, all right, I could. There's not much else I'm pretty good at. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of why I turned to music, I think.
I'm a bit of a weird one. Not personally, just my
You're a
music
weird one.
story. I hated music in school, like absolutely despised it. I never touched music and I stayed away from it. I picked up a guitar. I think it was like a guitar in my spare room, and I was about 16. I picked it up because me and Jordan were mates at the time, and he done music and everything at school. And he was playing a bit on it, and then eventually, I just kind of started playing a bit on the guitar as well, and then found out that I was actually alright at it, so I just continued on with it, and then eventually me and Jordan had the idea of starting a band.
About 5 I started doing piano lessons, and I did them all the way up through high school, but in terms of actually doing music as a career, I went to college to do music because none of the science courses accepted me.
How would you categorise your music? Would you it's sort of like heavy rock? Is that am I right in saying that? Or
It's a really strange band because I've got all various influences. Like I'm the heavier side, the band, because I listen to like heavy metal, darker music, whereas like Sean listens to like blues and Arctic Monkeys kind of vibes. I just want to speak for yourself here about your kind of influences.
Well, I don't know how I would describe our music because I think it varies through the songs. I think it kind of draws from all different influences because I like a lot of blues stuff, but I do like a lot of kind of rock stuff as well. But I don't know. I think it's just like an amalgamation of like all loads of different influences and sounds, and then we've just kind of produced this love child, if you like.
If you were to give it like a title, if you were to give it a name, how would you? Under what? I know it's quite a hard question to ask, but
Cryptic rock.
Cryptic rock, nice one.
Core.
I think we'll move on to listen to the first track here. So this is one of your debut. Is that correct? Your debut single.
Yeah,
Debut
it's also a
song.
single.
Yeah. So this is Cryptic Request by Cryptic Culture, guys.
From somewhere unknown, story barely told, nothing left to hold, in your mind be told. In your eye you'll see what was meant to be, harsher than the rest, this cryptic request. I would like to know all the tales of you and I can barely feel all the pain that's so real. City made of stone, place I call my home. Now you must confess your cryptic request.
That was Cryptic Request by Cryptic Culture. So that was the one. That was your debut single. That was the first thing that you actually have released officially. Is that right? Aye. So how? Like, tell me a bit about the recording process for that. How did that come about?
Right, so the actual recording of the song went down by a really DIY process of me going to every single member of the band's house and recording their parts at their house with my laptop, essentially, and my audio interface. So I'd go to Sean John's house to record the vocals and the guitar, and like go into their pal's spare bedroom and like put the vocals in the corner and just like kind of like do pause and play recordings and whatever. And that took like 2-3 years to do. Then I went to Ali's house. That's Ali just joined the band at this point, so he's like 2 weeks into the band. He's getting hit with recording like a bunch of songs, and we just recording his electric drum kit. Took about an hour to set up.
I
because I didn't know
had
how to work
to
it.
find a CD or something like that for it.
Aye.
And like it was in my house for like an hour and a half or something. Like we still hadn't sorted it, and then we finally found it. And then by that time, like you had to leave or something like that, or like I had to get you at the door. So
I had to go to his house like 2 or 3 different times to get his parts recorded.
Guys, if you look them up on YouTube, it's just Cryptic Culture. Is that right?
Cryptic Request.
Yeah. So the music video itself, how was that recorded? I've seen it. It's quite interesting. Is it actually recorded on top of a hill, or is it like?
It's on top of a hill up at the top of Castlemilk in Glasgow. And there's a big massive wind turbine in the background, which we thought would be quite cool, but it wasn't really cool when we found out that it was like -2 degrees and we were there till 1 in the morning.
Oh Jesus!
Between that and having to carry a whole drum kit up and set that up and amps, it seemed like a really bad idea in hindsight. We probably should have done something indoors or something.
it was freezing, and we were all like, we were getting recorded, and we were just wearing like 1 or 2 layers of clothes. I had a shirt and tie on.
And they told us to dress smart. Dress smart, like shirts, they wear shirts, but we thought it'd be alright, but we eventually got them. It was far from alright. We were sold a lie. Sold a lie by the filmmakers.
I mean, it turned out quite well. Like I've watched it a couple of times, and it's quite a well put together music video, if I do say so. It's like
it was worth it. Definitely worth it, I think.
That looks
But,
quite professional.
Next music video, I think we're going to film indoors.
learn from your mistakes, then, guys. It's on YouTube and stuff like that, guys. If you look them up on YouTube, it's just Cryptic Culture. Is that right?
Cryptic Request.
Yeah. Currently, you're working on anything at the moment? You've got.
Well, we've just finished recording like a mini demo EP thing, if you want to call it that. We just wanted to get some songs recorded so we can send them out to promoters, venues and stuff to try and get more gigs.
So this one wasn't done in the bedrooms, is that correct?
No.
This one we actually paid for, like proper musicians. We didn't DIY this one. So we've recently done that. One of our mates has actually started to take over kind of management for us, and he's arranged as a gig, like a total DIY gig. So basically it's a broadcast in Glasgow, and we basically sourced another 2 bands and contacted the venue and basically said we want to put a night on, and that's mainly all we've got coming up.
And when's that? Sorry.
That's in February. I think it's the 3rd of February, first Saturday in February.
Right, guys. So take note of that in your diaries. Get yourself down to broadcast in Glasgow on the 3rd of February.
Hopefully it's the 3rd of February.
Well,
first Saturday.
The first Saturday in February we'll put down. Yeah. So I think we'll move on to your second track now, then, guys. If that's all right.
This one's actually out for people to listen to on our SoundCloud.
So this is Terror by Cryptic Culture.
Just give it a try. Time, place, free it now before it's too late. I'm in, it's powerful, you know you can't win. Thoughts, dreams, it tears them all apart. no need to cry just to stay alive. Free the terror. Look it in the eye, just give it a try. To cry just to stay alive. Free the terror. Look it in the eye, now just give it a try. Free the terror. There's no need to cry just to stay alive. Free the terror. Do you need a reason why your life is not a lie? Free the terror. There's no need to cry just to stay alive. Free the terror. Look it in the eye, just give it a try.
That was Terror by Cryptic Culture. So that one was recorded professionally in the studio. You said you were in the studio for 2 days and you put down a full EP, yeah?
Yes, aye. Two full days. 2 full long hard days.
10 a.m. to was it 6 p.m.
It's intense.
Something like that, aye.
The first day I was out the night before, and it was the worst idea I've ever made. Shocking. I was like, no, I'll go out and then I'll go home at like 12, but that didn't happen.
I'll
Like
probably give you a
5.
nice sweet rasp for your voice.
There's a very different change in tone between that and the last
Yes.
song. Are you trying to move, like, from, obviously the last ones get quite,
Ambient.
for lack of a better word, like, depressing undertones as well. It's like quite, it's darker than that, obviously, so was that...
Terror's darker, or?
No, I'm
Cryptic's
saying the
darker?
Cryptic Request is a bit
Aye.
darker than Terror. Are you trying to, like, change your sound from what you originally had, or?
No, because wait till you hear one of the other tracks in the EP. I don't know. I just think we just play what comes to us. If we think it sounds good, then aye.
I mean,
I don't think we've got kind of try to restrict ourselves to a set sound.
What are, like, would you say are your short-term goals in, like, terms of where you see the band going, like, say within the end of next year or whatever, like what?
Funnels that money. No, that'd be a good short term goal. Just gigs, man. Get gigs in.
Make a good name for ourselves in Glasgow.
Get people who know us.
Yeah.
Anything that you like, any big long-term goals that you really want to achieve? Any, like, if you could put a pin on something that you would say, oh, we've done it. This is the moment.
I'd say like probably like touring or something.
Tour,
like
aye.
going away somewhere. And obviously like baby steps first. The tours of Scotland or something, and then hopefully like future long term thing, jumping over to America or going into Europe.
Yeah.
Touring.
For me, it's getting big in Japan.
Just get big in Japan.
For me, it's just to play in Vegas.
Play in Vegas. That'll be a good one.
Is there anywhere that you aspire to take the band? Is there anything that you'd really want to get out of it, like, personally?
I love the experience of it. Like, I've been in a few bands before. Like, I was doing gigs and that with a band at school, and it's just great experience. Like, this band has just been totally different to anything else I've ever played in. Do you know what I mean? So it's just the whole experience of different genres and different styles you're playing in for me personally. Probably.
So, I think we'll move on to the third track now, if that's cool. So, this is again off your debut EP that's coming out
Yes.
next year at some point.
Yes. Originally called one.
To be confirmed.
So this is Just Borrowed Time by Cryptic Culture.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So that was Just Borrowed Time by Cryptic Culture from their debut EP coming out sometime next year. So that one again is not quite as dark as Cryptic Request is. We're seeing a theme in the EP here. And the solo was...
The next one.
The solo wasn't quite as sevenfold as the last one, but again it was quite a good solo, man. I really enjoyed that. So the vocals on the first verse, that wasn't yourself, was it?
No, that was Jordan.
Oh, so that's the other guitarist in the band, is that
Yeah.
correct?
Does it?
Coming to the end of the show, is there anything else that you guys have that you want to give a shout out to? This is your point that you can just...
My mum.
Yeah, just tell your gran you love them, or...
I'd like to give a big shout out to my auntie Sandra.
So your gig, that's going to be the first Saturday of February, that's correct, at Broadcast in Glasgow.
No, it's not. Sorry, it's not a broadcast, is it?
Oh, it's
Nice and
nice and
Sleazy.
sleazy.
So we have a gig coming up on the in Nice and Sleazy's on
Nice and
the third.
Sleazy's
Right,
On
okay.
in February. Don't they go to broadcast in February? We will not be there.
I mean, you can go to a broadcast if you like, guys, but you just won't go to see the wonderful Cryptic Culture. Lastly, I just have one more shout out that I need to give, and it's to another project that's happening through our course, and it's called The Bands Uncut. Basically, it's going to be a YouTube documentary that's getting put up hopefully around the 21st of November, which will be up by the time this show goes out. And it will be sitting down and having a discussion with a band to talk about their music, quite similar to what we're doing here. But it will be a documentary style video, and there will be live music within this. I mean, thank you guys for coming. It's been a pleasure interviewing you.
From the listeners already, we wanted live.
No, but honestly, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. And you just got to play us out with the last track. Thank you guys again for listening. Please check in with us in 2 weeks' time if you're listening to this over the radio. If you're not listening to this over the radio, then what's wrong with you? Why aren't you listening to it live? Anyway, so check in with us on 2 weeks' time on the 17th of December when we will be interviewing Eleanor May, who is a upcoming singing-songwriter from Ayr. And these guys have been Cryptic Culture, and goodbye from myself. This is Say Now.
Tell me all the things you want to do. Maybe I can make them come to you. Tell me all the things you want to see. Maybe we can go just you and me. Shine so brightly in the sky. You and I will never die. Standing in the pouring rain, singing our song from yesterday. Talk about it as we're growing old. Think of all the stories that we told. Nothing similar, we ain't the same. Maybe one day there